I'm back, and it's market day. So before we attempt to go hunting again, well, before we gather more clues so we can go hunting again for that wyvern, we need to deal with market day. Ooh. So we have the Undaunted Chevalier, a petition from a villager for flames of freedom. I'm kind of curious about the flames of freedom. Begin an ongoing tale of strife and revolution. Your scribe reads your letters aloud while you break your fast on warm bread and ripe blue-veined cheese. Blue cheese, yeah. And a fierce black tea flavored with juniper. There are a smattering of reports regarding the conflict between the Empress and the Grand Duke, of course. A minor lord's request to attend the Feast of the Divine. More haystacks burnt in the south. There have been several incidents of arson recently. You hear tell of an elusive iconoclast provoking the serfs to violence. Your seneschal enters. The acerbic dowager requests an urgent audience. He tells you, "She is in a state of some distress, your grace." Alright, it's market day. You have drawn a special card. Meet the dowager in the great hall. What now? But isn't the dowager, like, sick? The start of a long day. Great, and we have to go hunting, too. She is flustered and in a state uncharacteristic disarray. Her guards drag two peasants behind her. Okay. All right. The acerbic dowager's face is moon white. Her hands shake. Her hair, normally tight as a steel cap, is unruly. Something brown and malodorous clogs one side of it. She points at the peasant boy and girl in her servant's meaty hands. These chatted accosted me as I returned from my prayers. They threw filth at my carriage. Some of it came through the window, and her voice breaks, her eyes shining with tears. I bring them to you for judgment, she hisses through grinding teeth. If I do it myself, I fear I will forget they are little more than children. The serfs are terrified, both at the dowager's ire and the splendor of your hall. And the speckles on her skin, They are not yet 20 years. Their hands are damningly stained. All right. What did the peasants have to say for themselves? Mild sentence, a harsh sentence. The boy is dumbstruck. The girl, though, can barely contain herself. Go. Kindling. She climbs to her feet. Can't her ladyship handle a little shit? Well, shit's how highborn have treated me for 17 years. The Maker made us all the same, but you highborn tell us your blood's better than ours. Well, I say shit sticks to you the same as it does to me. Well, yeah, she's got a point. You ask who's been putting these thoughts in her head. You'll never find her. She's smoke on the wind. Her words will spread like fire across our lay and burn the old ways down. We'll build the golden city anew on their ashes. Interesting. What would the dowager advise? She has composed herself somewhat. Gardening. She turns a cold gaze on the serfs, speaking so they can hear. If it were up to me, I would find whatever part of them this rot has set in, and prune it root and stem, fingers, tongue, heart. Mark my words, the only way to keep this evil from spreading is to cut it out. But their fate is yours. I am no longer young, and my soul does not need the stain. Okay. All right, so there we have a harsh sentence, which is to let the serfs wear iron in the dungeons. Chains will suit them. The dignity of Sereau must be preserved. Or we can condemn the serfs to a brief spell in the stocks and a modest tithe. Well, yeah, let's go with the mild sentence. Put them to work. That should be sufficient. Nothing more serious was damaged than the dowager's dignity. A lack of gratitude. Typical. The girl spits at you. Let your cronies throw the rotten eggs. There's a lot more of us than there are of you. When the small folk hear of Iconoclast's words, we will shrug our shoulders and cast you from our backs. The boy tugs at her arm. Stop it, Maraville! This is mercy! Your guards take them away. The dowager waits until they are gone before she speaks. Idiocy! If you indulge the sedition, you will lose Sereau. Perhaps you do not care for her as I do. You have been raised to rule, trained to make decisions that are difficult, unpopular, and correct. Peasants have been raised to turn fields and birth calves. They don't expect you to rummage around a cow's rear. You shouldn't expect them to know the difference between justice and fairness. Okay, I gained rumors of revolution. Murmurs in the marketplace. Okay. Well, I have a lot of secrets. That's always good. Okay. Huh. So we don't have to go hunting for the Wyvern anymore? Is the Dowager suddenly cured? Or like seriously? Seriously, what's going on here? Okay, that which is not to be spoken of. You emerge from the solemn cool of the town's chantry into a morning as hot and heavy as a baker's oven. A one-armed beggar stands on a hay cart in the square, preaching to the poor who had gathered to beg for alms. The Maker made us all alike, he cries, but the highborn build castles so they can stand above us. Pride is the worst of sins. It turned the golden city black. He points at you. We have all suffered under Sereau's shame, brought about by the ancestor of our own scholar. But the iconoclast has come. She will free us from our bonds, and we will make the world anew. Perhaps he would be less inclined to lecture without a tongue. That's gory. Or engage him in debate. He has passion, but not subtlety. Oh, and it costs authority. Okay. We'll go with that. Unanswered. How will crops grow when the fields are clogged with the ash of the old world? When the books are burnt, lo, how will justice be done? When the walls are pulled down, what will keep our enemies at bay? You counter his points with questions he is unequipped to answer. The mood of the crowd begins to turn, to stir. Well, to stir and turn the other way, to turn and stir in the other direction, maybe. You ask innocently of the elusive iconoclast. If the elusive iconoclast is here, perhaps you could discuss these complicated matters with her instead. He's incensed. You are beneath her, he cries. She is Andraste reborn. Oh, really? Your mom's Andraste reborn. Too far. The crowd condemn his heresy and drive him from the hay cart with flung handfuls of street soil. He went too far, brought Andraste into it. Someone brought Andraste's mom. So I succeeded. Oh, I lost Rumors of Revolution. I lost the Three Authority, gained secrets, and dealt with that. All right. Freehold. Are we ever going to get to hunt the Wyvern again, or is that old news? Is the Dowager still sick or something? Okay, so now we need a ton of clues. Either we need 30 clues either way. The Freehold. Your weary bailiff returns from the kindly knight's manor, damp with sweat from his frantic ride. The elusive iconoclast was at his court. At her advice, he has declared the manor a freehold. Herein no person is held in bondage to any other. A council of peasants advises him. They sit in judgment over cases criminal and civil. Every man calls every other lord in jest, and the woman lady or dame. They have paid only a part of the taxes they owe, saying that the full amount was too burdensome. They have set these laws down in a writ, and ask for your seal to be set to it, confirming them in perpetuity. He passes the document at you. It is written in a skilled hand. It uses words like liberty, equality, and mandate. At the bottom, a seal bearing a candle flame, the sign of the iconoclast. Ooh. So I can either tear up the writ. The kindly knight indulgence has gone too far. Demand he return his lands to their proper governance. Oh, and you'll have those missing taxes too. Or I can attach the seal to the writ. The knight and the iconoclast deserve a chance to make a freehold work. I think I'll go with the freehold, but I need clues, obviously. And then we'll see if the card comes back that tells us we need to hunt the Wyvern. The Wyvern. Alright, so the Elegant Abyss. Gain clues. Oh, about the elusive iconoclast. Okay, let's ask her about the elusive iconoclast. A kind offer. Oh, and we gained 8 clues too. There is a religious dimension to the iconoclast's revolution. So here's what she tells us. What accent should I give her? Some poor lunatic, no doubt, the abbess sighs. It is easy to mistake madness for visitations. You have so many troubles. Let me help you with this one. Though her sedition is secular, her heresy is not. Should you capture her, let her be the chantry's problem. With care, prayer, and seclusion, she may even repent her errors. There's something she's not saying. Interesting. Okay. The cheery baron, we can gain clues. We've already spent all our viands. Yeah, So we'll go hunting with him. Gained more clues. Replete. The hunting's good. A fleet doe. An outraged boar. 2 pheasants, stupid and fat. No wyvern. The baron is effusive in an effusive mood. and Binky is effusively dyslexic. As you make your weary way back to his hall. Alright, let's deal with the fields. So I can travel across a manor fallen on hard times. Hard times. Travel across a manor fallen on hard times. Now all sorts of accents are coming through my mouth these days. I got no longer any control over what accent I do. Let's go through the fields and see who's having a hard time. Who's having a jolly old time? That's me. Okay, skin and bone. Wasting serfs stare at you from the stone pocket fields. So ragged wool hangs from them. Some bear the livid red welts of barrow sickness, yet still they labor under the hard sun to fulfill their obligations come harvest time. Okay, so we lost a bit of prosperity, but we're still wealthy. Like, oh no, we lost 2 prosperity, we're just at 98. Even Rosie's chiming in. Uh-huh. 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 Okay, a life of toil. The manor has fallen on hard times. The folk working its fields are gaunt, ill, and without hope. Their lord is not wealthy. His keep is draughty, his meat lean. But he and his family have food on their tables and warm clothes on their backs, unlike his serfs. So, I can increase freedom at the cost of dignity. What's dignity look like? It's pretty admirable. Yeah, lose health but gain clues. We need clues, but we also need freedom. So let's go with this. From each according to his means. A lord must care for those in charge, even if it means tightening his belt. Let's demand better treatment for the peasants. Alright, so from each according to his means. The lord of the manor bites his tongue and bows at your instructions. Your weary bailiff takes stock and distributes an even half of the lord's wardrobe and pantry among the peasants. The lord's family look even more threadbare now. Their appearance will not ennoble your court. But there are folk in their fields who, without your intervention, would not have seen the far side of winter. I think I've read this before. Okay, we have enough clues to deal with this. So I'll attach my seal. You know, so far so good. Despite the outrage among your courtiers, Soho does not immediately collapse into anarchy and cannibalism. The taxes from the freehold are still light. There is a spate of runaway serfs making their way to the freehold in the hopes of being granted shelter and freedom. But so far, no disasters. Soho's eastern neighbors have a new subject to mock her with, of course. So poor she can't even afford proper nobility, and has resorted to dressing peasants in cloth of gold instead. And I really contorted my face for that accent. I could feel my contortion. So I gained freedom, sternly governed. So it was good. Modest amount of dignity. Ooh, gained rumors of revolution. So a new pin card awaits you. Okay, I gained authority and I lost clues. Alright, what awaits us? The martyr. The martyr. Brought you a present, booms the cheery baron. Behind him, his men drag a woman in a chantry habit. Caught her peddling with anarchy near one of my hunting lodges. Elusive she might be, but she can't outrun a good horse. The elusive iconoclast is shackled hand and foot. Her skin is mottled with bruises. Her eyes are grey. Have her kept under guard until you can decide what to do with her. Her crimes can't be denied, inciting the peasantry to acts of violence, defaming your name. Heresy. Council. Take my advice, says the Baron. Hang her quick and hang her high. Put this revolution nonsense to bed. He's right, the iconoclast says, as she's led away. You'll have to kill me to silence me. Our liberation requires your destruction, and I'll never stop until the world is just. All right, new case card. So did the Dowager just heal on her own, or like what happened with the Dowager? You know. All right. So we're going to need clues. The elusive iconoclast. She has spread discontent across Seoul. She has drawn a fire-eyed mob to your gates. She has fermented heresy and rebellion. She must answer for her crimes, but with the minimum of further unrest. What is to be done with the elusive iconoclast? Well, I know that the Chantry wanted her. So you'll need to amass enough evidence to make this sentence. Send her to retreat at the Abbey, poison her in her cell. Investigate her Chantry connections. Visit the iconoclast in her cell. Well, I want to do both of these actions. So you can hear what she has to say for herself, but if it becomes known that you visited her in her cell, her cause will grow stronger. Investigate her Chantry Okay, let's investigate her Chantry connections. She didn't learn her theology from haystacks and cart horses. No, definitely not. Oh, look at that, a change of heart. True enough, she was an initiate in the Chantry and trained at Seoul Abbey. You hear from current and former nuns of the Abbey. They speak of her dedication, her piety, her unruliness, her willfulness, her flirtations with heresy. She will say little about her education. The Chantry has lost its way, she says. You have seduced it with gold and comfort. It props you up when it should burn you down, I was going to say instead. Therefore those it has abandoned must do the burning ourselves. I have foreseen it, the sky aflame. On your ashes we will build a second golden city, and the Maker will descend to dwell among the meek. Look at that. So, yeah. I can visit her in her cell. I can send her to retreat at the Abbey. I can poison her in her cell. So let's gather clues. I'll send her. I'll send her to the Abbey. Okay, well, we only have one clue. Okay. Alright, the Wayward Bard. Gather clues. Gained 8 clues. Loose lips. Alright. The Herald. A maiden of your court begs a moment of your time. Ah, the dance, yes. The dance. The tourbillon. So this will increase dignity. Hold the tourney anyway. Bags of royal will increase daring do. Lose some health. We can't lose health. Let's hold the tourbillon. So we've gained some dignity. That's good. That is good. All right. The Purveyor of Teas. Gain clues and rumors of revolution. Maybe. Yeah. All right. Excellent. Just the facts. Sip and Sip the tea and listen. All right, we have 17 clues. Still not enough. Still not enough. We need 30? 20. All right. The Baron waits impatiently. Okay. Let's go here. Familial pride. So if the bickering devils forget they hate each other, Soho's roads will run red. Soho's bandit clans are riven by feuds. The Black Knot hate the Shuttered Lamp, who have warred on the blasted oak since Soho was young. The Dead Rose and the Corpse Dancers have been locked in a spiral of betrayal and betrothal for a decade. It seems impossible they could put their differences aside. But if they did, we should harry them before they have a chance to unite, counsels the Baron. Like your mother and I did back in the bright summer. Time to make some songs of your own, scholar. Scholar. It's like, okay. These accents are have a life of their own. Outlaw councils. The outlaws are massing west of the river. It's said they meet in the Green Vault, a clearing where the ash trees soar as tall as terrible pillars, a sacred place where the bulk of their quarrels are set aside and the remainder are settled through ancient bloody contests. Okay. So I can lead a force to harry them and ambush, or I can place agents at the council and infiltrate. So peril will increase, but you'll gain clues and may increase prosperity. So let's infiltrate. So pitched battle on their chosen ground, too risky, but you can at least recruit agents among them to learn what's decided at the council. So bound in blood. Afterwards, your spy tells you of the peace that was forged between the Corpse Dancers and the Dead Rose, and how the clans agreed truces to carve Soho up like a roast hog. Pacts between the outlaw clans promise no good, but at least you know where their attention will fall. You dispatch extra soldiers to guard the key thoroughfares. Yay, cunning is increasing. We succeeded the challenge. We gained some peril, we gained clues, and we gained a bit of prosperity. We can't gain more. We're back at lavish at 100. Alright. The knight has a request. The crows. Again, the crows. Let's go with the crows again. Caw, 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 caw. So spend some prosperity to reduce peril and gain clues. This will increase the host twilight, but you may gain clues. We can do this. Yeah. Forewarned and forearmed. Excellent. And again, the purveyor a tease. So let's sit and sip for just the facts. Okay. So you'll need to amass enough evidence. Yes, so send her into retreat at the Abbey. There we go. She'll be well cared for but secluded. Perhaps in time she will change her ways. Back to the beginning. The elegant abbess waits, masked in the courtyard. We'll cloister her in the Rose Tower, she tells you, leading the way, where she will spend her days in isolated prayer. The chambers are modest but comfortable, with an adjoining walled garden planted with neat, alternating lines of rosemary and basil. A heavy, pepper-haired woman is waiting there, clad in silver armor decorated with diving hawks. Her smile is lazy, but her eyes are sharp. The Chevalier Jolies will guard her night and day, the abbess explains. It is my fervent hope that one day we can cure this poor child of the visions, the visions that have allowed her no rest. For the first time, the iconoclast speaks. You can't cure revelation, mother! Enough, Olienne, the abbess says. Enough now. Without her, the revolution goes from sear to simmer. The dissidents wait to see if she will return to lead them. But the Chevalier Jolies sleeps little and lightly, and the iconoclast is not seen again beyond the abbey walls. Good. So more secrets. Yay, now 14. So elusive iconoclast confined to the abbey. Alright, quality is gone. Lost rumors of revolution. And lost our 20 clues. And so the Dowager is healed. We don't need to go hunting for Wyvern anymore. But we're going to need to go hunting. We're going to need to go hunting for a trophy. So let's go hunting for our trophy. Choose your quarry. So, oh, she's still unlocked when the Dowager's illness is. Okay, so she's still poisoned. The Dowager is still poisoned. Okay. So, okay, so let's hunt the Wyvern. Okay, just the card just doesn't appear there. Okay, and let's bring the Baron. Because the cheery Baron, because years of experience, you know. Alright, and get an early start. Or extra privileges. How's her health? Injured. I want an early start. Okay, awake before dawn. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Let's start carefully. It's always good to speak to these people. Secrets. The straggle-haired, pale-eyed couple. Ah, it's the couple again. So they don't speak. Okay. Footsteps on the path. A sister chantry. Another sister chantry. The maker provides. Ah, yes. So, ask for her blessing. Be on your way, or a very modest 75% chance. Ask if she's seen sign of her quarry. And hope you can understand her answer. Oh, let's ask her. Threnodies 8. She thinks for a moment, then sings. Deep into the earth they fled, away from the light. In darkness eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize. Thanking her, you turn towards the darkest part of the wood and set off. Sure enough, where the shadows hang like midnight curtains, you find signs of passage. Your quarry passed this way, and recently. Yay! Yay! Alright. Gain some closing in. Hot on the trail. You're gaining on your quarry, and you have a chance to capitalize on your advantage. How far will you push your luck? We can't become alone. We'll gain closing in, but become noisy. Pace yourself. Abandon subtlety. No time for subtlety. Hot on the trail. Again, sound and fury. You crash through the undergrowth. Your breath is coarse in your throat. Make your feet drum on the sod. You're gaining ground. Okay. But not quite yet. Okay, so I can follow the trail. Both are chancy. Let's follow the trail this time. In the footsteps of those who have gone before. The trail is recent, leading you towards rich hunting grounds. Yes, yes, yes. I'm all excited now. Ooh, hot on the trail again. I can leave my companion or pace myself. Okay, I'll pace myself. Okay, prudence. The force demands a toll from the unwary. You're better served by caution. Onward. Oof. Okay, okay. We're hot on the trail. Maybe let's enter the apple woods. We need 5 clues for that. Spend clues, enter the deep woods. Okay, let's go. Leaving the sun behind. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. A glade, a stream. Let's check the trail. So we can follow the trail. They're all chancy. Let's follow the trail again. Ooh, succeeded. Yes. 9 hours remained. New total 17. Yes, efflux. I'm waking up in so many hours, but I'm not in bed yet. Oof, okay. The glade. Okay. We don't want to spend health. Gather herbs. We don't want to become alone. We don't want to tarry. Okay, let's gather herbs. Failed. Pretty as pretty does. Other than their beauty, the glade's flowers are without virtue. No elf fruit this time. Okay, a swift stream. Okay, I can ford the stream. Both are chancy, so let's ford the stream. No delay. You wade through, easily picking up the trail amidst the thistles on the other side. It's recent. You're gaining. Wow, okay. Hot on the trail. So, last time becoming alone wasn't a good idea. Ugh. Okay, let's become alone. Let's see what that gives. The Wyvern is cornered. Slay it alone. It's tough. Oof. Last time we went back and we lost. Okay, let's try to slay it alone. You only got one shot. Trading blows. Darn. It's so fast. The head lashes out, jaws gaping, your sword is slow as syrup. You feel the pain of its teeth dig into your arm, and then the coursing cold of its poison. Your senses flee before your pain. The tardy arrival of your companion scares the beast away. They carry you back to the chateau. Only your vigor saves you from the wyvern's venom. Health quality is gone. Ugh, that's not good. The wyvern is cornered. Again. Okay. If you fail, your health will be reduced to 0. Well, that's interesting. Okay, let's try this again. Failed. Again. Do I do it until I succeed? Do I try until I succeed? Yay! All it takes. It lunges, its teeth snapping on nothing as you roll under its extended neck. Your sword hacks, scales split, flesh parts, blood spills. Psst, psst, psst. The beast dies loudly and slowly as you scramble from under its thrashing bulk. When it's still, you sever the head, making sure the venom sacs are intact. Okay, so I'm going to have to find a way to regain health before I go hunting again, when I go hunting for the trophy. And I will need another favor from the cheery Baron. But I will need more Oh, you now have 3 trophies. Oh, 3 trophies. That's good. So that means that I can trade one of them. I can call for the Silent Hunter and trade a trophy to gain a favor. All right. Your hunt was a success, finally. You sling your prize across your horse and leave the shade of the woods for the hedge-rowed fields and dusty lanes of Sereau. Return to the chateau. Atop its riverside bluff, the castle of 1,000 windows is visible from miles away. Sharp turrets jab at the sky. All right. Go. Home again. Will the divine be pleased with the fruits of your hunt? Will she be pleased enough, accustomed as she is to the splendors of Valroyou? All right, so we're back at the chateau. Quarry's windy hasn't changed because it's lower than what? Okay, the day's over. No longer hunting. You have to join the party. Okay, onward. The antidote. You turn the highest chamber in the Heron Tower over the purveyor of teas and his equipment. Over to the purveyor of teas and his equipment. The corridor outside fogs with acrid fumes. All night he labors, emerging in the morning with a single spoonful of paste, white as a bone. Administer the antidote to the Dowager. She has little time left. Yet she was able to drag those kids in or whatever. Like, seriously. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. The medicine go down. Okay. In the most delightful way. Okay, she has just enough strength left and just enough sense to take the antidote. The next day, her breathing eases. The one after, the stippling on her skin fades. The day after that, she manages, to everyone's alarm, to smile. Scholar! She whispers, Scholar! She whispers, Scholar! I require a posset immediately. All right, and you now have one favor from the asserted Dowager. Your wounds are too severe. Overcome by your injuries, your physicians have confined you to your bed. Through your window, high in the Heron Tower, you can hear Sereau bustling on without you. Alright, so we can rest until we are fully recovered. We can get out of bed as soon as we're able to stand. We can chew on some elf fruit. Well, you will regain a little health. We have 1 elf fruit. Sereau needs her marquis, so Sereau will suffer less, but you will only recover a modest amount of health. You will gain a little daring do. Rest until you are fully recovered. Sereau will survive a while without you. Perhaps you can catch up on some reading. Sereau will lose some dignity, freedom, and prosperity and gain some peril, twilight, and rumors of her. You shall also gain a little scholarship. Let's save the elf fruit for later. So let's hit... Yeah, I'll go with recover, because we're gonna gain a bit of daring do, and that's good. So health quality is now 40. Injured, daring do is increasing. Lost prosperity, we're still wealthy. Lost a bit of dignity, we're still admirable. Lost a bit of freedom, we're still sternly governed. Gained peril, peaceful roads, no big deal. The heart of Seru. Driving the fluttering physicians from your bedside, you limp down the winding stairs with the aid of a cane. Your advisors do their best, but the stag's blood doesn't run in their veins. You take the high seat, pale, pained, but present. Alright, we've gained some twilight, just one. The stars hide their light. And we've gained rumors of revolution, with a new total of 41. That's not so bad. And we still have some actions, so let's call the Silent Hunter. We'll send for the Silent Hunter so that we can earn another favor, and then we can send for him again so that we can have him as our bodyguard, and then we don't need to go hunting again right away. But I don't know who can be a good accomplice now after. The Purveyor of Tea seems way too complicated. I'm thinking maybe next time I'll use up some extra actions and just call for a few people and see about, see if they can become an accomplice, and then we'll see about maybe entering the chantry again. So we won't send for the acerbic Dowager, the elegant abbess, the kindly knight. We want the Silent Hunter. Where is he? The Silent Hunter. Ooh, it requires 2 authority. Huh. So perhaps not. Let's see if his card comes up. We'll gain clues, perhaps. And if his card does come up, then we can trade. So that'll be better. Alright, so the Bard. Black dogs. Look out. Let's go for the black dogs. Troublesome guests. Again. Try to reduce peril. Gain dignity. Trade peril and prosperity for clues. How's our prosperity? We're pretty wealthy. So let's gain clues. So we gain 7. Dining with a demon, yes. Okay, we're still affluent. We're good. So the Dowager steps forward. Ah, the emissary. So let's welcome the emissary. The herald bows until his voluminous sleeves brush the mosaic floor. The words of arrival. He wears a dove mask, blushed with carnelian. You restrain a groan. His master's lands share a border with Seru. You are not enemies exactly, but you certainly aren't friends. The Dowager's smile is impeccable, but immobile as a portrait. Is that a flicker of apology in her eyes? The herald clears his throat. Whoops. Allow me to tell you of my master's recent visit to the imperial court, where he was welcomed as a prince and showered with the most lavish of benefactions. His voice drones like bees in the hive. So we're still modest for dignity. So, the boastful neighbor. Ah, yes, I remember the boastful neighbor. So I can increase dignity to reduce prosperity. Okay. We can try to gain clues. Let's gain clues. I shouldn't tell you this, but You had thought the herald couldn't get any more verbose, but 2 bottles of best Soroline White and his tongue runs away with him. Real and suspected trysts, unlikely pregnancies, peculiar uses for butter and oysters, and his own master's rumored enthusiasm for moon bathing. Moon bathing? Wow. Okay. Gain some clues. The road and river. Your bailiff returns to the castle. Border guard. Yeah, let's go for the border guard. A bastard's army. Your Grace, a company of mercenaries has entered Suru. We challenged them, but they were too close. Too many. Sorry, they were too many. Maybe they were too close too. They laughed. They have horse, foot, pike, and archers, and a swarming throng of camp followers as rowdy as a Riveni circus. Their captain is Orlesian, from his accent, but his shield was painted black to conceal his crest. A bastard, then, who turned to his sword work when he realized he'd never inherit. Oh, okay. The Free Company. Ah, again, the Free Company. So, nearly 100 of them crossing Seru in search of war. Yes. So I can pay them. I can drive them off. Or dine with their leader. Let's dine with their leader. Dining with a demon. Again. 4 more clues. I would need more authority. And I'm starting to run out of actions. I only have 2 authority. And I'd need 2 authority to call him to make him my bodyguard. So let's see. Enlightenment. To put down a rebellion. Graffiti. Let's do the patronage. Dangerous thoughts. Yes. So, increase dignity, gain clues. We're starting to have lots of clues, but that's always good. Increase prosperity and rumors of revolution. How's our prosperity? It can be increased again, and we'll increase rumors of revolution. Yeah, let's go with this. A valuable addition. You set him to training your scribes and assisting your weary bailiff with the accounts. When someone at your court grows ill, he treats them. When asked to advise, he does so frankly and with eloquence, if not restraint. He has peculiar theories about the stars' influence on our mood. Rumors grow that he is a member of the Wandering College, an affiliation of scholars prone to radicalism, but for now he's more use than trouble. Cool. The Herald. Maiden begs a moment of your time. Sad news, your grace. Look sad. Mourning. Yes, I remember this. Okay, we can try to increase prosperity. Prosperity is pretty good. Well, we can try to gain dignity and clues. So let's go with the dignity and clues. The letter of the law. So try to ensure the inheritors are satisfied. You execute the will precisely down to the last Callan. The dead man's inheritors, a somber family given to impenetrable and consuming hobbies thank you for your diligence and invite you to dine with them. The manner is draughty. Their chef believes in boiling food into submission, but the company is perceptive and frank. Cool. So we gained a bit of dignity and we gained a few clues at the same time. The knight's requests. Okay, so a plague assails the land. Or allow me to introduce a remarkable young gentleman. Yeah, let's go with the introduction. He has traveled all the way from Valroyaux, a scholar, a brilliant one, alas. The university considers his theorems too unorthodox. He seeks a home. I have no doubt he will illuminate any court wise enough to patron him. Quite the achievement. The University of Orlais is infamously liberal. Exactly how unorthodox do you have to be to get thrown out of it? Ah, that's pretty funny. So let's see here. A traveling scholar. The scholar needs a home, and he is undoubtedly brilliant adept in matters of this physique and philosophy. So I can become his patron. Since dignity is starting to be pretty high, I can become his patron, yeah. It will increase rumors of revolution, but then that can unlock something interesting later on. His learning will be a boon to Sarreau, a valuable addition. You set him to training your scribes. So another valuable addition. Excellent, excellent. He's more use than trouble. Excellent, excellent. Onward. All right, let's see here. I need to calculate. I'm going to want to send for a bunch of people, and I'm curious about sending for the Dowager, what that does. I mean, might as well use up what I have left. If I send for the Sir Big Dowager, oh, right, it uses up authority. And I want to gain more authority so I can send for a bunch of people. Alright, so let's see if we can gain more authority. Alright. Oh, the Silent Hunter. Excellent, excellent. So trade a trophy to earn favor. Because accompany him, spend clues, increase woodswise. Yeah, I can't make him my bodyguard yet. So let's do this. The Bargain. You find him at the wood's edge, fletching arrows atop a moss-wrapped stone. You cast your prize at his feet. He studies it, nods, and lifts it, beckoning you to follow him into the trees. Ah, yes, I remember this. All right. So that's good. We didn't have to send for him to. So now we'll be able to send for him to make him our bodyguard. All right. So the pig farmer. Let's see. I can play a game of Archon with the well-read pig farmer, sacrifice dignity and authority. No, I don't want to sacrifice authority. I need my 2 authority. So gain clues but lose dignity. Make the pig farmer your accomplice. So yeah, this is a little tricky to make the pig farmer my accomplice. So this will require more clues. So let's go to gain clues. How did the session expire? Was I staring at the page too long? Well, the page, let's see. We gained clues. Did we lose any dignity? Dignity is modest. We may have lost a bit of dignity. So let's see. Road and river. An upsurge in banditry. Road and river. So, let's examine her wares. Pitter patter. Trade bags of rose for dignity and glues. Try to gain freedom. Trade bags of rose for prosperity. Okay, prosperity is pretty good. Let's gain freedom. Let's gain freedom. Provide a map of Seru, including the locations and times of the markets. Let her goods find homes among your people. Up in the world, some of her ceramics, fabrics, and spices are unheard of this far from the heartlands. Now they adorn the tables, shoulders, and dinners of honest Seru folk. Yay, we succeeded. And we've gained 10 freedom, so now we're back to justly governed. Excellent. And we can send for the hunter with our 2 authority and our 2 favors from the silent hunter, so that we can have him as our bodyguard. And I think I don't know if I can make the Dowager my accomplice. I'll have to send for her to find out, but I'll need more authority for that later on. Okay. So the silent hunter. There we go. He's in the hall before anyone announces him. Okay. Convince him of your prowess. No. Earn clues. No. Employ him as your bodyguard. His eyes are sharp, and you can be sure he won't distract you with chatter. Make the no, because he doesn't speak. He's silent. Make the hunter your bodyguard, increasing your daring do by 20. He will replace your current bodyguard, but I don't have a current bodyguard. So, excellent. We will make him our bodyguard, and this will be good when we go hunting again, if we must go hunting again. A broken promise. He thinks about your offer for a long time, staring at his calloused, steady hands. Eventually, he stands and bows. When I left Val-Royaux, I swore I would no longer be someone else's shadow, but I will be yours and Seru's. So he does speak. Well, 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 Silent Hunter actually speaks. Even I knew that. Even Rosie knew that. Because Rosie's telepathic. She knows everything. Therese knew, but Therese didn't reveal anything to us. So you have appointed a bodyguard. Onward. Excellent, excellent. And, we have 1 action remaining. So let's see if we can gain authority from somewhere, or have the acerbic Dowager card and maybe gain a favor with her or something like that. So the silent hunter again. So we can trade trophy for more favor. We can send him in the woods to gather information. So to earn clues. We can accompany him on a midnight hunt, spend clues to increase woodswise. Alright. He's already our bodyguard. Send him to silence and terrorize your enemies. So, this is a modest challenge to earn clues. We have 45 clues. How's our Woods Wise? Woods Wise is at 29. Daring Do is pretty good. Cunning is pretty good. Woods Wise could perhaps be a bit better for hunting. So, and we're always gathering clues. So, yeah, let's go. You hear tell of forgotten spans of the woods, of twilit riverbanks untrod by mortal feet, and rings of tall blue stones that were not raised by human hands. Spend clues to increase your Woods Wise. The higher your Woods Wise, the more it will cost. Okay, well, yeah, let's do this. Discoveries! Yay! A ring of stones wrapped in moss, a starlit grove whose branches tangle like affectionate serpents, an abandoned village, now nothing more than straight ridges under the sward where the homes stood. All right, Woods Wise increased to 32. Yeah. All right, the Wayward Bard. Gather clues. Gathering clues. Loose lips. Gathering clues. The Dashing Outlaw. We can gain clues. Turn a blind eye to her crimes. Soho has many dangers. At least you can talk to this one. Earn a favor from the Dashing Outlaw at the cost of peril, prosperity, and dignity. Yeesh. Nah. We'll gain clues. Frustration. I can't work like this, she complains. I can't work like this. Her accent is changing. There are patrols, woods, fires in the watch posts. My men can hardly breathe. And my accent keeps changing. She tells you what little she's learned with her ever-changing accent. All right. Cool. Excellent. Well, this was fruitful. Quite fruitful, because we healed the Dowager and we were able to gain our Bodyguard, which will come in handy later on. So maybe the Dowager can become an accomplice. I'll have to send for her later on, but we need more authority. And also, we solved part of the case of the 9-fingered chick, but we still have the problem of that she works for someone, and we don't know who that is. So we're going to have to discover that maybe next market day. But before next market day, we'll be able to get more cards. And I don't think I'm going to go hunting unless I must, because preparing for the divine, let's do perhaps not. If dignity is at 100, I can spend half of it to find out evidence here, so that can be interesting. And the sealed chantry, I can search the chantry, so anyway, that'll be in, tomorrow, for me tomorrow, but for you in the next video. I don't ask. I don't know why I'm doing like laugh. The ever-changing accent. Maybe the ever-changing accent is because of the person who's behind all these crimes. Who knows who that is? Perhaps we'll discover it soon.